these people are stuck there. So why not? Like, why is it a problem that they may want to take pride into the place that they're from? Why is it a problem that they may want to make that place a better place? Like, I literally, I'm not trying to have an argument. This is just something I strongly believe in.
I'm not saying it's a problem if they want to, like, if they're actively trying to make where they live a better place. I just don't think a lot of these people are. I think they're just willfully ignorant to the fact that...
That's a hell of an assumption.
Well, I mean, as far like I'm mostly going off this lady I was talking about, who is like, it seemed very willfully oblivious to the fact that the town of Gary, Indiana, is a shitty place to live. And
well, so like here would be my point. Like, Gary, Indiana is essentially a suburb of Chicago, and it was actually like a very like booming.
It was at one point.
No, it is. It's like 20, 30 minutes outside of Chicago. It's not that far whatsoever, right? So that's like Mequon to Milwaukee, if you're familiar with southeastern Wisconsin, or like Port Washington to Milwaukee. You know, like it's not that far away, and it used to be a very booming like industrial town. And this is what has happened throughout the Rust Belt, throughout Wisconsin, is that these communities have been left behind as the factories that used to be there have moved to China. As, really, there's no viability to live in these places. So I'm not disagreeing with you on the overall idea that they're shitty. But what I'm saying is the reason that they're shitty is because people decided, I'm not going to take pride in where I'm from. I'm going to look, okay, so like in the 90s, it was Seattle. Everybody moved to Seattle. Recently, it's been including like Denver. Fraser. Everybody moves to Denver. Right? You know, and like, okay, so they worked hard, they figured it out, they made themselves a better society, and now all the fucking losers who don't want to do any hard work themselves go, oh, I'm just going to move there because they already figured that out. And then when that place becomes the next shitty place, they're just going to go to the next place and to the next place, and all they're doing in that movement is just leaving cities in the dust to be crumbling, instead of saying, this is where I'm from, this is where I take pride in, this is the place that I love the scenery, I love the feeling, I love the people, and I want to make this better. People just go, no, fuck this, I'm out. You know, and again, I did this myself, but I know that I did it to arrive at a place that was better for me. So it's a very tricky situation when I try to like explain this point, because I do see that people should be moving, or I understand why they want to, but I also believe that like we often are just trashing communities unrelentingly.
I feel like there's a happy medium in between. I'm not saying everyone, if your town is not what you want it to be, you should just get up and leave. However, like, I'm more on the side of like, if where you're living is so beyond repair, like that people are, you know, all the businesses are boarded up, like everything is completely fucked, that, you know, it's just a wasteland, you should probably get out of there. Like it's kind of, it goes back to like that joke that I have about like people who live in towns that are near natural gas outlets. It's like you really, like, there's nothing you can do to change this. The world is farting in your face 24/7. You can't. There's nothing you can do to improve on this scenario. You can either just be complacent, or you can actually do better for yourself and go the fuck somewhere else. You know what I'm saying?
Right. No, I mean, I get it. I just think about the people that are stuck, and it's not to say that I don't see like the point or the value in what you're saying, but I'm also trying to look at, and I know you addressed this at the beginning of your point, was that like if you're stuck there because of lack of funds or whatever it might be, you know, then that's fine. But so what I would say is like, what comes first, the chicken or the egg? Are these people stuck in these places because there's no opportunity? And then how do you get out of that? Well, one good way to at least feel like you've gotten away from like this lack of opportunity is to just feel a little bit better about where you are because you know you can't change that, you know? So, like, I don't think it's, if we're talking about, like, these businesses can't thrive, which means that the people in the community don't have money, which means if they don't have money to support local businesses, they certainly don't have money to move, you know, and pick up and change their entire, you know, livelihood. So, like, when you put that all together, I just simply say, like, those are shitty places, but, like, that's kind of us putting ourselves on a pedestal, like, oh, you dumb motherfucker, why can't you do better for yourself? When I just simply say, like, it actually makes me happy that people that live in these terrible conditions can find a reason to be proud about the place that they live.
Sure.
Like, I think that that's actually more of a good thing than a bad thing.
Definitely. Well, speaking of talking about shit you don't know about, and I'm addressing myself, I saw a Cracked article. I don't know if you followed Cracked that much. I used to a lot. Back when I was like a teenager, early 20s, Cracked was pretty, like, at that time was like banger after banger of like funny, like parody commercials and like good articles and all that. I know it's always been like a satire website, but there was a stretch of time where they really did a pretty good job of like critiquing, you know, things that we don't really think about. But I saw an article yesterday that irritated the fuck out of me because it was just a still picture that said, is like myth and like now you know kind of deal. And it's like, liquor before beer doesn't actually make you sicker. No, beer before liquor. I'm sorry, I screwed that up. Beer before liquor doesn't make you sicker because actually it's the same amount of alcohol, so it really makes no difference. Like, oh, really? Have you ever fucking tried? Have you ever taken some shots after you've been drinking beer all night? Tell me it's the fucking same if you go the other way around.
That is really funny because anybody who knows that saying has had the experience and knows that it's very true.
Yeah.
And they just want to come in here with their, again, back to the fucking glasses pushers and the nose up in the air. Like, well, actually, we could actually do a whole fucking, we could do a whole episode on the well, actually people.
Well,
actually, you know.
Like, spoken like a true fucking
No,
20-year-old who has never tried at all.
There's no way to argue that.
Like, that had to be written by someone who has never drank in their fucking life.
Oh, 100%. 100. I mean, that's like the dumbest shit. Like, that's just somebody telling you that even though you've experienced something, you're wrong. Because, and again, like, let's think of the source here, too. This is like, they're not trying to make, like, you know, scientifically legitimate arguments here. They're just, like, trying to make clickbait. So you're like, I like drinking. What do you mean? I can drink liquor after beer, and I'll click on that article, you know, and then they say fucking nothing afterwards. Yeah, it's a bunch of bullshit.
Yeah,
that is stupid. I'm with you.
Stay in your fucking lane. Oh, this isn't related at all, but just speaking of things that I saw.
Guess what? If you smoke pot after you drink beer, you totally won't go to bed right away. No, wrong.
Wrong.
Sorry,
where's the buzzer? Just speaking of shit that I saw online, earlier this morning I saw an article that said the new Walking Dead movies will have a hard R rating. And
a hard R?
Yeah, that's what they said. That's what they said. A hard R rating, and like y'all listening can make your own jokes because I don't want to get canceled. But like, I don't think they know what that means.
I don't actually think I know what it means. I just thought it was funny that they said hard R. Are you talking about retard?
No. What's the worst word? What's the worst word?
For an R?
Are you really falling short on this one? You're not following?
No, I seriously am, man. Like, I'm honestly, like, if you said hard N, that would be the worst word.
Yeah.
But hard R...
But there's a difference between when it ends in an A or an R, isn't there?
Yeah, but no, that like a hard R would be like. So if you say a hard J, that's like you say Jew instead of Jewish, right? Yeah. Or like, you know what I'm saying? So when I hear hard R, I'm thinking that's the first letter of the word.
You're really making me dance with wolves right now.
Not the last letter of the word. But I do get what you're saying. Okay, I didn't know. I just didn't know that was a thing. I'm sorry that I'm that above racism that I don't understand these racist terms.
Praise be unto thee. Oh, we're not worthy, Nick. Oh no.
Yeah,
I'm sorry. My mind went
like
to those
Stephen
filthy
Colbert. I don't
places.
See color.
Fucking asshole.
No, but honestly, no, that was obviously a joke, but I didn't know that was a way to say that. I had never heard that one before.
Oh, dude, they discontinued my Flying Out in Space vodka.
Fuck that!
Yeah, it's bullshit. Best $5 vodka that you could ever buy in a $5 liter of vodka that is better than Smirnoff, Fleischmann's, any of that bullshit.
That shit was amazing. I've only had it twice in my life, and I loved it. Like, that was like a story. Like that, like when I came to your house and you had like 3 bottles of that shit, you know, you're like, hey, check this out.
Yeah.
$5 a bottle. Oh my God. I told everybody I knew about flying into space or whatever the fuck it's called.
It's so lame. It's gone.
I have heard though. So I've heard this trick that you can take a really shitty vodka and you can strain it through coffee filters to get all the like extra, you know. So you'll see like on like really bad bottles of vodka that are actually taste all right. It'll say like triple filtered, quadruple filtered. You can get that same effect with a coffee filter, and it gets like the what's the word I'm looking for? Like the
sediment,
excess.
Yeah,
there's a word I'm looking for.
Excrement.
But whatever, it gets the shit out of it. Let's just say that. We'll talk about it scientifically. It gets the shit out of it.
Yeah. Wonder if you could do that with like
That's
a Brita
really
filter.
sad, though. I was looking.
Probably not.
Oh, yeah, I bet you could. Yeah, because charcoal filter. That's a big way that they do actually filter vodka. You could do it with the Brita filter.
Huh.
That's actually the real way. Fuck the coffee filter. Do it with the Brita filter. That's what's up.
Well, look at the brains on me.
Damn, that makes me sad, though. But I was just going to say, it makes me fucking sad, though, because I was really looking forward to drinking some Flying into Space the next time I was in Wisconsin.
Yeah, well, you'll get some Jim Beam rye and a little bit of my chili to make up for it.
That sounds even better.
You got any news for me? Anything going on that we...
Well, you know what? That it is dumb that I forgot about this, because we first started talking about our email address over the last like episode or two, and no shit, we actually got a letter. We got a letter from a listener to listen to. It's pretty fucking crazy. I can't even believe that that somebody cared enough about our podcast to write a letter into it, and they fucking did.
That's slick.
And I know, and I actually, just as we're talking now, I sent you a copy of the letter because it's a really good heartfelt. I'll give you a minute to look it up right now.
I'll bring it up now.
As I fill some time, but it's a really good heartfelt letter about somebody who's been, clearly following us for years.
For a while. Huh?
Because many don't know this, but we've been doing this a long time. A long time.
Well, if I get our fucking chat window to minimize, maybe I can read it. Son of a bitch. Go away.
Well, we're getting to it again. I'm just filling time here. Oh, do you got it?
Yeah, I think I got it. I just got to move our chat window around so I can read it. Well, actually,
right on. So I will say you should probably read this because it is so heartfelt. I know you got a good impression that might do this well. Maybe a little Casey Kasem on this baby.
There we go. Yeah, our special guest Casey Kasem is coming in to read this one. Well, it appears we have a letter, and he writes, "Dear Matt and Nick, I've been a longtime fan. Going back to your morning drive show, Honky Time with Matt and the Skiz, on WKRQ in Toledo back in the 90s. I was torn when you were fired for that barbecue sauce scandal, but relieved when I saw you had when you had started a podcast.